Monday morning, finishing up some wiring. I didn't finish everything yesterday, had something else I had to do, interrupted. So we'll get it wrapped up today though. Let me show you what I'm doing. Welcome to 3D Accuracy, where I'll talk about 3D printing, 3D product design, and 3D injection and die-cast mold design. I have the wire, the two wire strands, all the way down here to the bottom, and I'm going to run it across the bottom of the, well, there's actually concrete there, so up above it, and then come up into the two boxes, one box here, one box here. I got that partially mounted, just one screw in there, and then I got interrupted, so it's kind of hanging there. What I decided I'm going to do is mount the two boxes, push the wires through, pull them out farther so I can get the little red sleeve, protective sleeve in there, and then wrap it with the electrical tape. And that way I can get that done. Then pull it back down, clamp them in position. Then I'm going to mount these, I'm going to wire these receptacles directly to the wires hanging out, because I want to, after I put all the contacts in there, I want to wrap this with electrical tape. I want to wrap around the receptacles, the little fellas here. And then once I do that, then I have to position the cover plate over them and mount them to the cover plate. There's screws there, and that way I'll have enough extra wire so that I can work all this easily. And this way I'll use only one of those twist nuts, one of, these guys. I'll only use one of these for the ground wires, because those make it really difficult to push everything into the box and close it up. So I'll do it the old-fashioned way. I remember seeing that kind of stuff when I was a kid, my dad doing it that way. So anyway, that's what I decided to do. Let me get at this. When I get this wrapped up, I'll show you what it looks like. Have the receptacles wired up. So next step is to get the boxes mounted and the wire cut. I always hate cutting this wire. It's nasty stuff. Okay, so let's get to the electrical boxes now. Get that done and get the wire cut. Let me show you what I have so far here. I have the wires cut off, the boxes mounted on the wall, and you see I have this one pulled through the box so that I can put the little red sleeve in there to protect the wire, and then I can tape this with the electrical tape, and then I'll push it back down through until it's short, and then I'll tighten the clamp and hold it in place. The clamp is, of course, underneath there on the bottom. Now on this one here, I have to do the same thing, but I want to finish this one first so that I know where the wire loops exactly and how I'm going to attach it and what it's going to look like, so I can conform this one, this second wire, to sit tight up against the bottom of the first wire here. Otherwise, if I push this one through and then I peel back the cladding like I did here so that I can expose the wire, if I get it too short, then it's not going to want to go in, and if I get it too long, then it's going to sag and it's not going to match this one and it won't look as good. So I want to finish one first, then I use that one as the guide as far as where to bring this metal cladding back to, how far back I want to go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, like I did yesterday on the other one, cut this plastic off, put the little red thing in there, tape this up, get it back in position, and lock it down tight. All right, making progress. Have that wire all taped up and back in position, locked down tight. You see it in there, all taped up nice and neat, all locked down tight, and I have the two receptacles in position. So how I did this is, the hot wires are the black and the red. So the red will go to one of the receptacles, the back of one. The black goes to the back of the other one, to the gold. Yeah, can you see that? Focus. Try to focus. There we go. Goes to the gold connection. The return wire, the white, goes to the silver screw, the silver wire. Okay, so what I did is I connected it into one and then jumped from one over to the other. So that completes a circuit, and all the ground wires, you see there's ground wires up underneath on the bottom of the receptacles. There's one attached to the box in the back. There it is, right there. And the other one is coming from the wire that I just brought in. So twisted those together with one of those twist nuts. So instead of having to use 4 of those twist nuts, now I only need to use 1. And the rest of it is all done internally with the wires going directly to the receptacles instead of having leads on the receptacles and then use twist nuts to hold it all together. It takes a lot more space in the box. It's a lot messier. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to wrap this with electrical tape. I'm going to wrap that around twice on each one to give it a little extra protection and then push it into the box. Oh, no, then I have to put the cover plate on the front. Sorry, I got to run the little screws through and the little threaded pieces to hold these into the cover plate, and then I can push the whole thing into the box. Okay, so let me get that done. I'll wrap them in electrical tape, show you what that looks like, and then I'll put the cover plate on and show you what that looks like and put it together. You can see here on the receptacle, I've wrapped it with black tape to protect all the connections. Not a necessity to do it, but it's probably a smart thing to do. You know, I've heard that, you know, a lot of electricians will skip that phase. I've also heard people give compliments to those who do it. So anyway, it's just, I like doing it myself. So that's what I do. Anyway, doing it this way though, you see I have one of those twist nuts in there to connect all the ground wires together. Saves time and saves money doing it this way instead of putting all those leads coming out of the back and then having another twist for all the white wires and another, you know, twist nut for the red and another twist nut for the black. I'm like, why do that? You know, it doesn't make any sense. Just leave enough wire in the box to work. You got enough room to move things around and do it. And then it's easy now to just put the receptacles on the plate. You see there's screw holes here, and then it goes through that hole. And then there's these little tabs that were part of the plate. If you saw it earlier when I showed pictures of that, there's the tabs, you just break them off, and they're threaded in there. So you just put them in from the back. I don't know if you can see it back there, but it's in there. It's in there by the screw. And then once you get them all in position, you snug it up. So I'll put that one in there and then just tuck this back into the wall and take these screws out so that I can put the cover plate on, and that's it. We got that one done. Then we do the same over here. We just repeat. Well, there we go. All finished. All tacked in and ready to use it. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you're ever in need of 3D product design, 3D injection mold design, 3D die-cast mold design, or 3D printed prototypes or production parts, please feel free to contact me. You can find contact information in the video description. I look forward to hearing from you and to being of service to you. Thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate it. See you on 3D Accuracy's next video.